TCGplayer.com.
Alright folks, here is my red deck wins, probably version 4 or 5, and I just wanted to review the card choices and some of the thoughts that I had while reading the feedback in the forums. Let's start with the mana base first. Ideally, I think you need 17 mountains no matter what. The rest of the land really is up for debate, but I think no matter what, creature base, burn base, you're going to need 17 mountains, no questions asked. Due to the creature selection, I'm going to have a Pendelhaven, a Megaliths. I think you need only one. Gaitu Encampment, I'm going to have 2. That brings the land count up to 21. Ideally, I'd like to have 20. I think having 3 comes into play tapped lands is a little too much, so I bounced it up to 21. The Gaitus really half creature, half land, so I feel comfortable with 21 land. The burn base at the moment is 4 Riftbolt, 4 Seal, 4 Incinerate, 3 Shock. Ideally, I'd like to have 2 of those Shocks as Chars, but the way the deck's been playing, I actually like this setup. Against slightly better decks, I do think you need 2 Chars in those slots, though. As far as the creature base, it's really pretty simplistic other than one slot. I have the Fanatic, Rusalka, Gargadon, 1-drops. Marauders, surprisingly efficient. Mogwar Marshal, same, surprisingly quite good in the deck. And a Patricite. Ideally, problem with a deck like this is staying power. You'll run out of burn, run out of creatures, 1 Wrath will wreck your day. This artifact really changes a lot of that. In addition to the Gaitu encampments, this gives you a little bit of staying power. Great to sack to Gargadon. Overall, extremely impressed with the deck list as a whole, and the matchups, the games that I've played. Really, I haven't ran into a terrible matchup at all. Life gain is a bit of a problem, but something that you can deal with, especially when your Apatricites come out as 4/4s. The Keldons matched with the Rusalkas give you those extra points of damage. A lot of great sack outlets to the Gargadon, and really, there's no need to try to go any more complicated than this. You're playing burn that just stops a lot of decks right in their tracks. You're playing a very large creature base, very fast creature base, and very efficient creature base. Some decks, just Gargadon is amazing against. Some decks, the burn just totally trumps everything that they can do, but when you combine it all into one deck, it's really efficient. The main thing I saw in the forums was somebody commented that you'd want Char or 3 casting cost creatures in a deck like Sly, specifically because you're supposed to use all your mana every turn. I don't find that to be true with 3 casting cost cards. You are pumping mana into so many different things, using your Gaitus to attack, using your Keldon, using your Rusalka, just so many different things that your mana's always used. You don't really need anything that costs 3 in this deck. I am not 100% sure if this deck, in its roots, is more powerful than a Rakdos deck with Bob and things like that to accelerate it, to make sure that you draw all the cards. But it may certainly be better in the metagame, specifically because you don't deal a lot of damage to yourself. There's no Shock Lance, there's no Bob, there's nothing that's dealing damage to you. So actually, if you go head-to-head with a Rakdos deck, I see this deck doing pretty well. I see this deck being able to burn the other deck out before they can actually take advantage of card advantage or anything like that. So this is really the deck that I'm focusing on, and the deck that I see playing in the foreseeable future. Also, the thing that I liked is you don't really lose a lot when Ravnica rotates out. you don't lose much at all. So it's a really solid investment as far as getting the cards that you need. I'd like to see anybody's feedback, responses. Let me know what you think, or let me know any questions you may have. Thanks.